All right, hey, shalom, hey, shalom, shalom, hey, shalom. I want to start by saying, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Kahalamna Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakudash, and also the honor to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders, the elders Grand Muslim rule well, and also shalom to sincere Akim and they're pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakudash. And I'm back here again with a quick lesson. And this lesson is going into this, it says new emergency alert system to be rolled out on every phone in Australia later this year. And when you see things like this, you gotta ask yourself, what's ESO planning? All right, what's ESO planning to do real soon? Because remember, we've been telling you that, okay, ESO real soon is gonna commit a big FF, okay? And right now he's setting up what the stage of when this big FF of his when it does happen, he's gonna already have the emergency phones system like this to alert you. All right, so again, we always say we can't be let me get our precept slack here. All right, this devil, man, hey, ESO he's conning, conning, what is it? Just what's the word, man? Deception? I think deception. It could be that. Yeah, deception. Okay. So 2 Corinthians 2:2 says, "Let Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Right? You read this in the AMP, says to keep Satan from taking advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his schemes, his evil schemes, or that what devices goes into. When you look it up here, it says what? It says mental perception, thought, and evil purpose. Okay, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purpose. And when you go here, to perceive with the mind, to understand, to have understanding, to think upon, heed, ponder, consider. Right. So we are as the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, or Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, also as the being a true watchman. All right, we're not gonna let this devil outsmart us. Okay, we watching his every move. Okay, so seeing something like that, it tells me that this devil is close. Okay, within this year where he's gonna do something, cause a big FF and have you people while you're driving. All right, your phone, your phones are gonna fucking, go insane, noses and blowing up and shit. Yeah, like you watching in the movies, man. You're driving, next minute your phone is send you an alarm, warning, or take a shelter, things like that, man. Okay. And so once ESO gets the system going, from there, man, and anything can happen. Okay. And I'm not saying, anything can happen. It's like I'm not saying that anything can't happen before the 8, because anything could happen tomorrow, any day, So let's go from there and get another preset here real quick. Ezekiel. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse let me see. I think 33, right? This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3. It's like Ezekiel chapter 33, and I'm gonna read from top. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, "Son of a man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman," and it's and right now Right, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, in his last days, he have set up his watchmen. Okay, and those watchmen are who? The prophets. Okay, the apostles of Great Millstone, the elder bishop, the elders, and the rest of you brothers out there, preaching this truth, the right doctrine. Okay, it says, verse 3, if when he sift the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. And that's what we're doing right now. We're blowing the trumpet, telling you that this devil is about to, come down with our great wrath. He's about to cause something to go off so he can go ahead and start his new world order agenda, which we are already in his agenda right now. But he needs you people to to be in what's the word, man? To be in trouble, to be in danger, so he can show up as a savior, man. Okay, and the way he's gonna come up as a savior is through this new system of his, this new world order, this new agenda of his, man. All right. It says, verse 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh no warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So if you're not taking heed to what we're saying, you think, everything we're saying, so you think, us giving, blowing the trumpet, giving you warning and telling you that these devils are about to cause a big FF, which is, false. All right, you get arrested and you think that's conspiracy theory, that's on you. All right, verse 5, you hear the sound of the trumpet and took no warning, his blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. All right. If the watchmen see the sword come and blow on the trumpet, and the people not be warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will require at the watchman's hand. And that's the rest of you Israelite groups out there who are selling this truth and teaching nonsense. Don't want to tap into Jack of trouble. Don't want to tap into the mark of the beast. Don't want to tap into that, man. World War III. Don't want to tap into the return of Yahweh Shai. Yeah, man, you guys are gonna be, you're gonna be in trouble. Okay, a lot is gonna be asked at your hand, man. All right, and you misleading people on top of that. Okay, so let's go from there and get another precept right here real quick. 2 Timothy 3:1 said, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." So we coming into some dangerous times, and Esau, he's setting up that type of system to give you warning when when something big major does happen. All right, you should not say, and that's they're also telling on themselves that something major is about to happen. Okay, you should know this, so you should know this, Timothy, that in the last days, all right, there will be very difficult times. And also it's hilarious because I'm about to read through here. You're gonna see that this system is gonna come in June 6th, the 6th month of the year.
A new emergency alert system for natural disasters is being rolled out, providing a critical lifeline for all Australians. Let's go live to Federal Politics reporter Emily Saunders in Canberra for us now. So Emily, a nationwide test is going to be carried out later this year.
It will, Deb, and there will also be localised tests too ahead of its start in October. This is a $132 million investment that will see alerts sent to compatible mobile phones near an emergency with accuracy of up to 160 metres. It's meant to be a significant improvement on the current SMS system. The Minister earlier talking about tourists caught in Black Summer bushfires a few years ago who didn't get the text alerts. This instead will be sent to every phone in an impacted area. In June this year, those local tests will start rolling out in specific areas in every state and territory. Then on July 27 at 2 p.m, a national test of the system will take place.
It's like I was wrong on a month. It's gonna happen in July.
The focus of this new one will be natural disasters, but it can be used for other emergencies, like for example the Bondi massacre last year. The choice on when to use it will be up to states and territories, but the national body will have a final say. It's expected every phone made from 2019 onwards will be included. Testing though is still being done on older phones to see if it will work. There will be 2 two types of alerts, a critical one with quite a loud siren, then a second one that will focus on priority information. This is what they'll sound like.
It will alert people to the type of hazard that they are facing, its severity.
Anyway, so let's go through this article here. It says, alarm will blare from almost every phone in Australia in 5 months as new emergency system is rolled out, scrapping the old SMS alert and providing a lifeline for people caught up in life-threatening situations. Aussie Alert is the national latest emergency warning system which sends urgent message to capable phones within up to 100 mile of an impacted area. It to alert people to the type of hazard that they are facing, its severity, whereabouts, and importantly, what action to take. Emergency Management Coordinator General Brandon Moore said. Okay, you see that? Also, what called me. It's like, what else I thought on with this one is that they, especially, I could be wrong, I could be right. I'm just speaking as a man. Also, with these type of system issues rolling out, when this devil comes down, comes down with that great wrath towards the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, if a brother's preaching in a certain area, okay, and some, in Esau, sees you and reports you, within that area you're in, they're gonna send messages out to watch out for you. Because remember, they're gonna categorize us as who? They're gonna categorize us as a DT. Okay. So if you get seen in public or whatever brothers preach, and they see you, they're gonna send an alert within that area you're in. Okay. So Esau, man, you don't fucking sleep with this, man. Okay. So anyway, thought I'll touch on that real quick. All right, let's go from there and get another precept. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse 15. See then you are circumspectly, not as fools but as wise. So we're supposed to be, we're supposed to be wise, working in spirit, especially in these days we're living in right now. Okay, measuring the time, watching, watching this devil every move he's making. Okay, verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil, and so we are coming into some evil times. All right, we are coming into some evil times, and we see. It's like, and you see how this devil is doing it. Okay, last one is like Ephesians chapter 5. It's like Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11, it says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua that you might be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. The whole armor is this knowledge right here, and also trust in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And NLT says, put on all God's armor so that you'll be able to stand firm against all the strategies of the devil. Verse 12, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world. That's what we go against, man. Against spiritual weaknesses in high places. And let me read this in AMP. It says, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, contending only with physical opponents. Right? It's not just that, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the war forces of this present. Against demons, man, in high places. That, it's this fucking pseudoscience of Esau, man. That's a fucking demonic forces right there that Esau's using to his pseudoscience. Okay, it says against the what forces of this present darkness, against spiritual forces of weaknesses in heavenly spiritual places, man, which is here. Okay, in verse 13, wherefore take unto the whole armor of Yahweh Shemeshah, that you might be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. Let's read this in AMP. It says, therefore put on the complete armor of Yahweh Shemashah, so that you will be able to successfully resist and stand your ground in the evil day of danger, right? And that's right now. Having done everything that the crisis demands to stand firm in your place, fully prepared, immovable, victorious. It's like, you know? And we know eventually, you know, whatever Esau tries to do, and you know, towards the man of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, he's not gonna be able to. You know, you're not gonna be able to, man. Okay, the only, you know, and if you do something to the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, those are the martyrs. All right, those were set up. You know, those are the brothers and sisters that were, you know, who came back here on earth to be martyrs. All right, the ones who are gonna die for the truth's sake, man. You know, the ones who are gonna be willing, you know, be willing to you know, represent their lives for the truth. Okay, choosing you know, death. Okay, for the truth's sake. All right. So with that, man, you know, just wanted, you know, to do a lesson on that right here, on this right here. You know, just be, you know, be on alert, watch, and you know, and just be, you know, be mindful of what this devil is, you know, is really up to, man. Okay. So with that, man, I say shalom.